I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening, but all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 56. Got to do better.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Cousins, he's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hey, can't. Good route here.
Here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's what I do.
Now Cousins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Switch it.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Tighten up. Hey, watch it.
going to be brought to 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Cousins again. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, Delta. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. 7's a Mike. Mike 7.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down now, it's Coleman, and he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That would give to the big fullback use check. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Here we go. Go ahead.
It's Coleman here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
At their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. Spot.
They start the drive with Cook. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cook. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Listen to me. Watch 48.
Now Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And the 49er 1st down.
Here we go. Like 80.
They'll run on 1st down. Coleman. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Wait. Let's go. You tighten up. Hey, wahoo. Mike 7. Get ready.
Garoppolo now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. If you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Wait, 80! 6, 11. Move. Mike 7.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, 49ers.
Here we go.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Get ready.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st down, it's Coleman. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 7. 11. Man, I got you. 7's a Mike.
Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's 3rd down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
13.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis, it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
He's crashing. 13. I got this.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
11. Check 26. General West. Hey, switch gears. Bang. Check 24.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Cousins. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, we're good. Mike 56.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add two more to his total.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Go.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Mike 4. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
11.
He's checking. Crash. Watch that.
Coleman. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Two. Hey, exit.
Now Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. It's a foot race. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
His kick is good. Makes the score Niners 21, Vikings 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Wide. Get wide.
Throwing is Cousins. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. Wait, 80! I'm coming!
They will run again with Coleman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 35 yards. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And avoids the contact by sliding. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
61, matchbox lights.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. And Diggs has it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Cousins now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air again, it's Cousins. Finds the open target, Arnold. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Running for it, here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing, Cousins. Looking for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 28-10. Joseph now to kick this one away.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go, here we go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go,
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Mike, 54. Bring it. Bring it.
65, 65.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Two.
Check.
Bravo.
Hot, hot.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's taken in by the tight end Perkins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
We got 4. We got 4.
Lock.
Shit. Kill.
80 weapons.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
49. Check 49. Check.
Hey, alert.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
Let's make these babies cry.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Niners on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Duke. 7, Mike 7. Wildville. Alert flare.
1, Omaha.
Check 3. Rush in.
On third down, here's Coleman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
I got you. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. 300.
Cousins. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
180. Check 56. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch Ringo. Check 31. Check 31. Move.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and you can just about put this one in the win column for the 49ers.
Here we go. Like 20.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Stay hot.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So the victory here for San Francisco, and really it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control.